everybody has big feelings about being on the first floor, the first level, the first deck of a cruise ship. So we're doing it, and you know what? I'm excited about it because you know why? Because we have connecting rooms, we have 4 kids, we have an ocean view, we have these cute little portholes that I'm going to show you, and I think the myth just needs to be debunked that the deck 1 is not as bad as people make it out to be. So let me show you around our stateroom, and I'll show you the connecting stateroom and just kind of all the features of being on deck 1 of the Disney Magic. Okay, first we just walked in. Let me show you. This is what our room looks like. We'll do a room tour, and then at the end of the video, I'll give you my full review of being on deck 1 of the Disney Magic. We're gonna first take a look at the bathrooms. So, well, I guess we can show you the closet too. One of the things I like that they've improved this on some of the ships, but this is the sliding doors of the closet, and it's just a regular closet with some hangers. And then over on this side, again, this is a sliding door, and we have the hangers, the life jackets. And then down below, we have our, what is that thing called? A ladder for the bunk beds. And then we have shelves here along with the safe. Now, over on this side, we've got drawers. We'll look at that in a second. But here's the bathroom. This is our toilet and washroom. We've got just the sink. We've got a nice shelf here. One of the things I love about the ship is all of the storage in the corner and kind of like just the classic nautical vibes here. It's one of my favorites. Also, we have built-in hair dryer along with an outlet here, tissues, trash can, sanitary bag, more tissues, and some hand towels. Now moving on to the other bathroom where the shower is. I like that it is like an actual bathtub with little kids. It's just a big nice thing. We also have the shower with the handle. We've got our clothesline that goes over here. We've got a towel rack here, a nice shelf here, and then obviously all the way around the bottom is storage. Like, I mean, you can put stuff up there. Yes, you can tell that this ship is aging, but it looks great for how old she is. Okay, we've got our sink here. We've got lotion, and then, you know, our makeup cloth. We have a different type of soap here. I know people have different opinions about it. I like bar soap. And we also have another plug here, another outlet here, which is really nice. Again, we have our tissues, our trash can, and then we have storage and our towels, which are some of our favorite. Actually, fun fact, our favorite, absolute favorite souvenir that we've ever gotten on the ship is these floor mats. Yes, they're towels, but they are the best and most absorbent towels ever. And they're like floor mat towels. And I want to say they're like $7 to $12 maybe. They're not expensive, and they are just really high quality, and 10 out of 10 recommend, like best souvenir ever. We have been on the hunt for hand towels, and we might try the washcloths because our washcloths just get really dingy really fast, and I'm curious to know if they are different here on the ship. Okay, moving on, we have our nice picture frame of Walt and Mrs. Walt Disney. We've got our cups. Oh, we've got our Castaway gifts here. These are just the standard gifts. We've got our towel that we get like every time. We've got so many of these towels. And then we've got our wet dry bag. Everybody gets these, what are they called? Lanyards. And then our beach bag that we get every time. And then we have drawers. These are actually, it looks like there's 2. It's actually just 1. And then we've got 2 smaller drawers. And then another big drawer at the bottom. So that's the drawer storage. And then we have our nice, lovely bed with the phone next to it, along with another outlet. Now, note here that there are not, like, there's not a USB here. We might see if there's any USB storage anywhere. And then we've got our drawer right here. And then under the bed storage, this is where we put our suitcases and stuff. All these people bragging on these older ships. Look, like, this is clutch. We have a nice shelf here. We've got a nice big drawer. We've got another nice big drawer. And then we have cabinets. Like, oh my gosh, way more storage than some of these other ships. And we have our fridge right here. Along with, guys, more storage with a hairdryer. Another drawer, another drawer, another drawer. Look, we've got another drawer with all the fun souvenirs, and we've got our room service menu for breakfast, which is the standard across the ship. Some letters, postcards. These are all free to take, along with another big drawer, another small drawer, another small drawer, and another small drawer. I mean, some of this is a little excessive, but like, this is really nice. We've got a nice mirror here. And look, you guys, they did add 2 USB ports along with the regular ports. So we've got 1, 2, 3 standard plugs. Oh, and we've got a hairdryer. I guess 1, 2, 3, 4 standard plugs, and then 2 USBs. And quite a lot of plugs. And then we have our couch here. And then up above is a pull-down couch. And as you know, we've got these curtains that become blackout curtains. But what I want to show you, and we'll come back to the curtains in a second, is the windows. You guys, this is so different than any other room I've ever been on. I'm gonna like try to get a bigger, broader view of this. We've got these 2 portholes, and these windows actually open and shut. Like, this is the craziest thing. Look, this thing shuts, and I think like actually, I think they actually like shut. I don't know. I don't know if I'm doing this right. I might put the camera down and see if I'm actually able to shut them, because I think that one was shut. And you can see there's Galveston. Whoa, these are heavy. So this is gonna be interesting having kids here, because that is my only, I want to say concern. But then over here, we have a latch. And so I think how this works, I think how this was gonna work is I think it's gonna latch over here. This is very interesting. Okay, I'm gonna try to latch it and then I'm gonna show you. Okay, I think I've got it latched. Let's see if I can get the camera to show you. Okay, it's latched in. So I think I can do this on the other side. Guys, this is crazy. I have never been in a stateroom like this. Not that I'm like opposed to staying in a stateroom like this. We've just never had the opportunity to be in a stateroom like this. Okay, it looks like this one, the latch is missing. So leave it open like that. Okay, we cannot pull this down by ourselves. It requires something up there, but it will come down and create the bunk bed. And then here, this becomes a bed, just like that. This is what the pull down bed looks like. It's fantastic. And you just like pop this open so that it looks, you know, a little neater, whatever. Okay, and then on this side, we have 2 plugs right here next to this bed. And let's talk about the blackout shades here. This is one of our favorite things. And I'm gonna pull the blackout shades, and then I'm gonna show you my other favorite feature on these older ships, because a lot of people, I don't know, give these ships a bad rep. Okay, this is what the blackout shades look like. They actually black out really great. And let me show you my favorite feature of these ships. You ready? Okay, kids are in bed, right? And you and your spouse want to watch a movie. Well, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Do you see that? Do you see that? And you can turn it. Look at that. So, from the bed over here, you can watch a show while kids are sleeping, right? Right? And vice versa. You don't want to watch the show, but maybe your kids do. So you're over here, and look, completely covered, and you've got your show. One other thing I forgot, well, a few other things I forgot to mention. We've got our nice stool right here. We've got our nice table right here. And look, you guys, more storage. I don't know, you guys, I was just on the Disney Adventure, and before that I was on the Destiny, and I don't think bigger is better, and I don't think older is necessarily worse. I absolutely love the stateroom. I am really excited about being here. And I don't know, there's some sort of nostalgia and charm, but also just some really nice features and functionality here that some of the other ships may not be the best at. And one last thing about the stateroom is that it is connecting. So right here, we connect to another room because, you know, we have more than a bajillion, I mean, we have like lots of children. Okay, we only have 4 kids, but 4 kids can't fit in our room, like with us. So my mom and my sister are with us, and I'm gonna show you this other stateroom really quickly. I might have to cut some of this out because of children and other people. So let's check it out. Okay, so there are 2 doors. They are small doors. So both doors have to be open for you to use the connecting stateroom feature. And these doors are heavy doors. They are not light doors at all. And this is the other room. It is a mirror version of the one we were just in. It's absolutely the same as the one we were just in. Same layout, same pictures on the walls, same everything. Yes, we have kind of set ourselves up, so. And as mentioned, we are still at port, so we should be leaving soon. But yeah, this is what the other stateroom looks like. Okay, a few things to know about this stateroom if you are sailing on the Disney Magic. Most people will tell you to bring hooks for your stateroom. I am always on the mindset of like, hooks are hit or miss, and depending on what ship you're on, they may or may not be a good thing to bring. For example, on the Magic, the walls themselves, right here, they are not magnetic. None of them are magnetic. I promise you, at least on deck 1, they are not magnetic. However, the doors are, if you want to use them, but you know, like, are hooks necessary? No, they're not. You can bring them, they don't take up a lot of space, but you may not be as impressed because sometimes the magnetic force on the walls is not as strong as you would expect, and so, you know, it doesn't hold very much. But, you know, sometimes we bring them, we'll put ears on them or hats, but I wouldn't bring them to like hang like big bags or anything like that. Nighttime! They have left a nice little blanket and chocolates, and then we have our kids' bed set up. We're going to be making our son's safety bed. Then our girls are writing notes. Nothing else. Here's another view of what a bedroom or stateroom looks like. It's all ready. The curtains are shut. The beds are prepped. For toddlers, they will provide a bed rail for the bottom bunk, and then they pull out the ladder, and they have the top bunk ready as well. And then all the lights are set for the evening. You can tell it's kind of dark, ready for the night. Okay, so this is the stateroom tour. I hope this was helpful. If you've been hesitant about booking a room on deck 1, hopefully this gives you a little bit of peace of mind, and I will keep you posted on our experience, but I think we're gonna have a wonderful time. Okay, now that I'm back, I want to share what I really thought about being on deck 1 on the Disney Magic. So there was one not so great thing, and then the rest really, really great things. So we'll start with the good, and then we'll go to the bad. The good is proximity. It was so nice to just be able to walk almost everywhere. Now, I will say if we had to go up to like deck 9, we did seemingly have to take the elevator. And so I do think if you want to maximize walking, maybe being on a mid-level deck is a little bit easier, because then you're only going up 3 floors or you're only going down 3 floors versus having to go up all 9. So that was, I guess, a pro and a con. I really liked being so proximal though. The lighting of the windows was not bad at all. We had 0 issues. The portholes, there was no issues with them. My kids did not hurt themselves or anything like that. They didn't even touch them, which was great. Now, the one thing that I will say was a negative is where we were located on the ship. Our stateroom was 1052. That stateroom in particular had some interesting noises, and I am not exactly sure what was going on with the engine or where we were located, but there were some weird noises that kind of sounded like alarms. Okay, it is now 2 p.m. and we just finished watching Tangled the musical in the Walt Disney Theater. I believe, let's go see outside. We are trying to port in Cozumel, and so therefore this particular room on deck 1, I probably would not choose again. Even though it was right next to the elevators, it's a great position from that perspective. I would choose a room that is either more forward, more aft, or just up 1 level in midship. So deck 2, I have always loved on the Magic and Wonder. We have done those rooms many, many times, and that's kind of my sweet spot. I think deck 2 midship is a great place to be.
On the Magic and Wonder, something you should know is you will feel movement more so than the other ships because they are smaller and older. So they use different technology, they have different types of engines running, so you will feel the water a little bit more. So if you are prone to seasickness, if you are doing something that you are worried about seasickness, I would just be mindful of that. And if a room is important to you and you want to make sure that you aren't going to have issues with seasickness, I would get a room mid-ship lower level on a Magic or Wonder ship. Otherwise, on the bigger ships, the stabilizers are much better, and so it's not as much of an issue. So there you go. Would I do it again? Deck 1? Absolutely. This particular room on the Magic? Probably not. But would I do Deck 2? 1000%. I love Deck 2. But really, it just depends on your family and what you want. And I'm curious if anyone else has been in this stateroom or on Deck 1 in general. Are the noises as bad in other rooms, or is it just this room? And as we close, I just wanted to say thank you so much for being here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And if you haven't already, check out my app. It's called FamGo Travel, and I'll link it right in the description below for you to check out. Okay, if you like this video, you'll probably like this one right here, and you might like this playlist over here. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye, y'all.